Hi, today I will be reading a story called My Father. Cherry came slowly home from school. Her mother was in the yard looking after some clothes. Cherry did not think it was any use asking her mother about the dress. They were too poor, but she asked all the same. All of us in the class have to get a white dress for the festival concert, Cherry told her mother. It must be a long dress. Do you think you can manage to buy one for me, Mama? Her mother shook her head. It is a lot of money for a dress like that, she said, and things are really hard right now. I just don't see how I can manage it. All right, Mama, Cherry said. I can see that things are hard. It is okay. She turned away so that her mother could not see her face, but her mother could tell that she was sad. I suppose your father could send it for you from England, she said. Want me to write and ask him? Cherry looked at her in surprise. My father? She said. You think he would answer you? Look how long now you haven't had a letter from him. That is so, her mother answered. But we can still try. It is the only hope. All right, Mamma. Write if you want, Cherry said, and she went inside to put down her school things. For the rest of the day, Cherry was sad. She tried not to let her mother see it. She did not want her mother to feel bad about the dress. She was sure her father was not going to help. Cherry did not even know him. He had gone to England when she was very little. Her mother did not hear from him much, so Cherry did not see the use of writing to ask him. But she did not say anything more about it to her mother. The next day, when she got home from school, she saw her mother holding a letter. She had a very funny look on her face. What is it, Mamma? Cherry asked. Your father is coming home, her mother said. Cherry was so surprised she could not say a thing. Then she asked, when is he coming? I don't know, her mother answered. He only says he is coming soon. But what is he coming for? Asked Cherry. He's coming back home to live, her mother said. Everybody wants to come back home in the end if they can manage it. I don't see how he can come here, Cherry said. The place is so small already. It can't even hold the two of us, much less. He's not going to stay here, her mother answered. He has his place in the country. His other children are there. Oh, I see, Cherry said. If that is so, he can always come. I don't care. You should be glad that you are going to know your father, her mother said, but she did not sound very happy herself. Cherry did not answer. She walked away and sat by herself under a tree in the yard. The breeze was cool there. She did not know what to think. Her mother was poor, and there were many things they did not have, but they managed all right. And she was a good mother to Cherry. Cherry loved her, so she did not want anybody to come and trouble her mother. But still, a father is a father, and if he could help them with money, they would not be so poor. She just did not know what to think. Cherry did not get much sleep that night. When she went to school the next day, she told her friend Precious about it. My father was different, Precious said. He was very good to us. He is dead now, and I miss him. I don't know if I want mine to come, said Cherry. I don't know how I am going to behave. Suppose I don't like him. But he is your father, Precious said in surprise. You have to love him. Then he should love me too, Cherry said. And if he loved me, how come he didn't do anything for me all this time? I don't know, Precious said. Some fathers are good, and some are not so good, I suppose. I hope yours will turn out okay. I hope so too, Cherry said, but I feel funny about it. I don't even know what to call him. When Cherry got home after school, her mother was not there. Cherry was glad. She put away her school things and picked up the broom. This was the day when her mother went to buy goods to take to market. If Cherry could manage to fix up the place and cook the dinner, her mother could rest when she came home. After a while, there was a knock at the gate. Cherry went to the gate with the broom in her hand. She saw a man standing there. Yes, she said. What is it? The man smiled. I hope your mother is at home, he said. No, Cherry answered. What do you want? I want to see her, the man said. And I think I want to see you too, Cherry. What a way you look like her. Cherry looked at him hard. Who are you? She asked. I am your father, Cherry, the man answered. Cherry was so surprised she could not say anything at first. But, we only got the letter yesterday, she said at last. Her father smiled and came into the yard. He was a big, heavy man. He was holding a big bag in his hand. That's a pity, but letters can take a long time, he said. I didn't think I would get here so soon myself. He showed her the bag. I have some things here for you and your mother, he said. I will just put them inside. He took the bag and went into the room. Cherry stayed outside. She hoped her mother would come soon. She went on working in the yard, always looking at the door to see if her father was coming out. At last, she saw her mother coming home with a heavy crocus bag on her head. Cherry ran to her. My father came, she said. He is inside. Her mother was so surprised, she nearly dropped the crocus bag. She came into the yard and Cherry helped her to take down the crocus bag. You stay here and let me go and talk to him, her mother said. Cherry looked on as her mother and father talked at the door. Her father was smiling, but she could not see her mother's face, and she could not hear them. Then her father took up the bag and started to take things out. He gave them to her mother. Her mother turned and called Cherry. She had a big smile on her face. Cherry went up to them at the door. Her mother took a dress and put it into Cherry's hands. How do you like this? She asked. Hold it up and see. It was a long, pretty white dress. It would be just right for the concert. Cherry smiled. It is very pretty, she said slowly. Who told you I wanted a dress like this? Nobody, her father replied. It was just luck. Thank you very much, Cherry said. You are a lucky girl, said her mother. Cherry took the dress. She went and sat by herself under the tree in the yard. She was feeling very happy. Her father did not stay long after that. He had to go to catch the bus to the country. They gave him something to eat and drink, and then he went. That night, Cherry sat on the bed with her dress in her lap. She was running her hand over the dress. Feel all right now? Her mother asked, as she put her hand on Cherry's head. "The dress is nice," Cherry said. "I am very glad I got it." Her mother smiled a funny smile. "Well, now that you have your father to give you pretty things, I hope you will not forget your poor old mother," she said, and she turned away her face. "Don't say that, Mama," Cherry said. "You think that a dress can mean more to me than you?" "I could always manage without the dress, but I could never manage without you." The end. So I hope you liked this story. If you did, please click the thumbs up button below and subscribe if you have not done so already. Thank you for listening. Bye.